Hello. You knew there'd be hell to pay after Yellowstone killed off its major character, Kevin Costner's John Dutton. Not only with fans, who were outraged by what the show had done to their beloved patriarch, but also on screen, as the Dutton clan guessed who had slain their father and began to bring their chickens home to roost. In this week's program, dubbed The Apocalypse of Change, viewers witnessed the first stages of that process, complete with brawls and tears. The episode begins somewhat confusingly, with the ranch men down in Texas dealing with rattlesnakes in Teeter's tent and a bat out of hell like Beth arriving to whisk Rip away. It's unclear what time period you're in. Is Rip back in Texas after the funeral? Is this still 6 weeks ago? When you observe Beth's casual demeanor, it's evident that we're still in the past. As we watch Beth and Rip spend a weekend at a nice-looking hotel in Amarillo with its own speakeasy, we learn not only that there is a line of 6,666 ranch vodka products in real life, but also that Rip has never left Montana. You'd think he'd at least visited Wyoming. Beth informs him that if they weren't bound to the ranch, they could see the world, but he says he picked the shackles. The show clearly intends for it to be romantic, with this down-home cowboy who adores the land and would never leave it, but it comes across as a little sad. We don't imagine Rip taking a tour of the Louvre or enjoying Italy too much, but perhaps he'd appreciate a quiet week riding horses in Hawaii. With what's coming up this season, he'll most likely need some time away. Even if he avenges John's killing, he is determined not to spend any time in jail because, as he informs Lloyd, going to prison for the rest of our lives doesn't solve anything. All of the Yellowstone spin-offs and timeline explained back in the huge home, we discover that Summer, Piper Perabo, is still camped out, stupidly believing that she received a gubernatorial pardon that also entailed house arrest. This section of the episode feels a little weird, as if Yellowstone realized it needed to tie up her plot line and character but couldn't figure out how to do so now that Costner is gone. Beth admits as much when she sees her at the home and says she literally forgot Summer was there. We watch her and Beth trade barbs as she departs for God knows where from a nice-looking airport, so bon voyage, Summer. There's no use in questioning why with Yellowstone, because the show exists in a universe with no repercussions and sweeping generalizations, but why does Market Equities need to build a new airport when there's already one that looks new? We also get to spend some more time with Kayce, Monica, and Tate, who are renovating their ranch house in a pre-murder universe. Everything is sunshine and roses until it isn't, as we see Kayce return home to the same small family who have been waiting for him since they learnt about John. The timeline is a little confused here. Where did Kayce spend the night? Did he not contact home or chat with them since leaving the governor's mansion almost 24 hours ago? But it's wonderful to see the workers rallying the wagons. We shortly discover that everyone is heading up to the main house because there's a lot to go through. But, to be honest, if they intend to go all-out war with a private equity firm capable of employing deadly mercenaries, it's probably best that the Duttons aren't scattered across thousands of acres alone. And they're going to war with mercenaries, because, as Beth discovers when she pays an unannounced visit to Jamie's, Wes Bentley, office, he's such a coward that he can't even look her in the eye when she mentions their father. He's full of bluster and swagger when Sarah Atwood arrives later with her Market Equities employer, possibly emboldened by Beth and Sarah's very badass-looking workplace battle. Why didn't Jamie's secretary call the Capitol Police when her boss was struck senseless with the door open minutes before? But we digress. While Beth is off plotting and making calls, Jamie informs the equity group that he will have the group's lease on Dutton's land reinstated, a plot piece that initially appeared far too long ago to feel significant. Market Equities is clearly interested in the ranch, and Jamie claims his family can't afford to run it, so it's a win-win. However, Jamie also believes Beth would fight him in court for nearly a year before eventually losing and giving up, an argument so ludicrous that it's as if he's never met his own sister, despite what viewers watched only seconds before. Regardless, Market Equities likes what they hear and says they'll back Jamie for governor if he runs. When Jamie is left alone in his office with Sarah, he follows her suggestion to feast on the bounty of his conquests rather literally, with a sex scene so spicy it's almost shocking it can be aired on basic cable. Thank you for watching.